Good morning, boys and girls. Today what we are going to do is preparation of single column cash book. Now understand, this is much easier than ledger and journal, because in journal you have to follow the rules of debit and credit, you have to follow the rules of the golden rules, but here it's a very simple thing. Follow this carefully, and if you don't understand, we will discuss this and we will practice this in class. But I am teaching you exactly the way I would have taught you in class. Now there are 8 kinds of subsidiary books. 8 kinds of subsidiary books. One is cash book, second purchases book, third sales book, sales return book, purchase return book, bills payable book, bills receivable book, and the last is petty cash book. So there are 8 subsidiary books and we are doing the first one, that is the cash book. Now cash books are of 3 types. One is a single column cash book where only cash entries are posted. Understand this. Only cash related accounts, no credit accounts. Anything to do with credit or anything else will not get posted here. Only everything to do with cash will get posted here. This is the single column cash book. For your syllabus this year there is only single column cash book, but I am just going to explain what is double column cash book and what is triple column cash book, because there are 3 types of cash book. Now the double column cash book is a cash book where if I as a firm is allowing discount on my product to somebody else, to other buyers, or the other party is allowing me discount, is giving me discount. So there is cash and there is discount, 2 columns. So there will be another column here called discount column, and there will be a amount column which is the cash. So double column cash books will contain discount and cash. Single column cash book will only contain cash column, 1 column. Now the third is the triple column cash book. Now there are bank transactions. Not only we are paying through cash, we are paying through bank, we are paying through check. So in the third triple column cash book, there will be 3 columns. One is discount, one is cash, and one is bank. So just this is for your knowledge, but we are only going to do today the single column cash book. So out of 8 books, the first book is cash book. Now understand this. We will draw a cash book like this. We will draw date, particular, ledger folio, amount as one part. As one part. This is one side. This side is the debit side. Same thing we will draw here, date, particular, ledger folio, amount, but this is the credit side. So we will have 2 parts to the cash book. Now understand this. Ledger folio, as I told you earlier in your journal, is that page number in the professional and real accounting. Which page that entry is in another book, that number will be here, but that page number will be here. But out here in school, you do not have professional accounting, so you do not have that book. So therefore, always leave this ledger folio blank, but you have to draw it. You have to draw the ledger folio, but you keep it blank. Now, 2 sides, as I told you. One is the debit side, and the same pattern, this side, the credit side. All the credit side, we will do cash payments entry. Cash payments. All on the credit side, we will do only cash payment entries. When I pay cash from the firm, I am paying for salary, I am paying for rent, I am paying for electricity. When I am paying all payments, cash related payments, only cash. Understand this, because this is cash book, will come this side, and this side only cash receipts will come. Receipts, cash receipts, whatever we have received in cash, whatever my firm, I have received will all come this side, only in cash. Now here it's very simple. You don't need to go back to journal like real account, nominal account and personal account and find out the golden rules of accountancy, that what is coming in, what is going out, what is expenses, which side is the. You don't need to do that, which I explained in journal. Here it is very simple. You see the entries. If it's a payment, put it this side. If it's a received, anything received in cash, put it this side. That is as simple as that. Now let's start. Commenced business with cash 20,000. I started business with cash 20,000. It's an opening stock. So we write always when started business on January 1st. So we will write January 1. Started business with capital. That means it is an opening balance. So when we write, remember this, capital is an opening balance. So we will write this side, debit side always 2. I told you debit side always starts with 2 and credit side always starts with by. So 2 balance brought down, BD. This balance, always opening stock or capital, you will write as 2 balance brought down on the debit side. 20,000. Always opening stock capital will be written in cash book as 2 balance brought down 20,000, always on the debit side. Understand this formula. Number 2, January 2, cash paid to bank. I have paid cash to bank. That means I have made payment. That means the entry is on 2nd January, January 2, all payments by bank. I have paid to the bank. I have paid cash. Payment 5,000. Purchase goods for cash. I have purchased goods. I have paid cash in return. So payment will go where? This side. By purchase. 2,000. Date January 3rd. Received cash from Megha. I have received cash from Megha. Receipt. I have received. Therefore, January 4th. Don't forget to give dates. January 2 Megha. Account. 2 bank account. 2 purchase account. 2 Megha account. 10,000. Purchase goods from Binisha, 2,500. Now remember, I told you, explained this before in journal, I am explaining it now. Whenever a person's name is mentioned, that means I have not received cash, I have not paid cash. It is a credit transaction. It is paid through check or whatever. But it is credit. I have not yet received money, or neither that person has received money. Whenever there is a name, purchase goods from Binisha. Be careful with this. Again I am saying, be very careful with this. Whenever it is written purchase goods from Binisha or sold goods to Binisha, I have sold goods to Binisha but I have not received the money. If I had to receive the money, it would have been written purchase goods from Binisha in cash. Sold to Binisha goods in cash. But here only the name is there. Name means credit. And any credit transaction, as I told you, will not come in cash book because it is only cash related. Cash. We will only do cash entries. We will not do any credit entries. So when you see entries like this, purchase goods from Ram, sold goods to Ram, that means it is a credit entry. We will not enter this in the cash book. Only cash related entries we will enter in the cash book. Is this clear? Now next, cash withdrawn. It is drawings. I remember I told you I have withdrawn cash. I have withdrawn cash for my personal use. I withdrew cash 500 rupees from my company to fill petrol. I have received, but it is not received. Actually, I have taken that money to pay for petrol. It is a payment. Whenever we withdraw, whenever there is a drawing, it will always go on the credit side because it is a payment. So here we'll write January 6th. January 6th, by drawings account. By drawings account, 750 rupees. Last, January 7th, rent paid by cash. I have paid rent by cash. It is a payment. It is a payment. Paid rent, paid electricity, paid for transportation. It is a payment. Therefore, here January 7th, by rent account 1500. Now we have done all the payments, cash payments, no credit payments, all the cash payments on the credit side, and all what we have received in cash, we have put it in the receipt side, that is the debit side. Understand this: payments, receipts, payments, credit side, receipts, debit side. Now we will total this. Once we total this, this is coming to 30,000. 1 minute. This is coming to 30,000. But here it is coming to 8,750, 9,250 is total. So here total is 9,250. But here it is 30,000. Both the sides needs to be equal. What we will do? We will 30,000 minus 9,250. 0, 5, 7, 0, 2. 20,750 is the difference. We will write 20,750 here, and we will write by balance carried down, and this carried down is the last, always the last day of the month, 31st. That the balance, even though the date is not here, remember this: on the last day of the month, if it's February, it is going to be 28. Whatever that month last day, do not put 31st for every month. Whichever month has 31st, put 31st. Whichever month has 30th, put 30th. So January 31st, because this is January and January has 31 days. January 31st, here we started it, balance brought down. Here balance carried down. Carried down where? Carried down to the next month. I will show you. So here the difference you will write as balance carried down, and you will total this as 30,000. Now this side is also 30,000, this side is also 30,000. Both is tallied. The difference minus these two will come as by balance carried down. Now this balance which is carried down on 1st of February, it will be like 2 balance brought down. Which balance? This balance will be brought down here. So how much? 20,750. And now you will start doing the cash book for February. Again February we will have entries. Office always has transactions every day, every week, every month. So now for February again you will do the same thing as this. But for this exam and for this syllabus, understand this. I hope it is clear. If there is any problem, we will discuss this in class, and we will do practical problems in class. Okay? Thank you.